I've got to talk about what just went down. Because this might be one of the wildest quarterback stories I've ever seen in the NFL. Word is out that the Las Vegas Raiders are going all-in. I'm talking about an unprecedented, geo-dropping $80 million push to steal Shedeur Sanders away from the Cleveland Browns. And just when the rumors were reaching a boiling point, Shedeur himself stepped to the podium and lit the entire league on fire. Now let me set the scene for you. Yesterday afternoon, it was supposed to be just another mandatory press conference. One of those routine media sessions where players say the usual scripted things about themselves is focusing on the next game and controlling what they can control, but this one? No, this one exploded. You could feel the tension in the air, because the chatter had been building all week long. Reporters came in ready to push, ready to pry. And Shedeur knew exactly what was coming. And then cool as ever, he looks out at the cameras. He cracks that little smile of his and he says, "I've heard everything that's been said. I respect the Raiders, but my focus right now is football. Still, I can't control what offers come in." Boom, the room erupted. Asterisk, let's build a totem pole together. Smash like, subscribe, and comment. If this video hits 2,000 likes, that means we're beating the Green Bay Packers. Let's make it happen. Reporters immediately started firing questions left and right, trying to drag more out of him. But Shedeur didn't budge. He just leaned back, flashed that trademark grin, and dropped 4 little words that shook the NFL universe. We'll see what happens. And let me tell you, those words weren't random. According to people inside the building, that wasn't some off-the-cuff remark. That was calculated. That was Shedeur knowing exactly what he was doing and exactly how much power he has right now. In one moment, he turned speculation into a full-blown storm. Social media went into meltdown. Hashtags flying, millions of impressions racking up overnight. TikTok creators breaking down his body language frame by frame like it was the Zapruder film. ESPN, Fox, NFL Network, every single outlet pivoted to talk about Shedeur Sanders and this insane $80 million offer that supposedly came out of Las Vegas. Fans were posting things like, "If the Browns lose Shedeur, it's over. Stefanski better wake up." And you know what? They're right. Because this isn't just a contract story. This is bigger. This is culture. This is power. This is a quarterback who was supposed to have years to develop, suddenly being positioned as a once-in-a-generation franchise centerpiece. And now 2 different organizations are basically fighting for his soul. Think about the Browns' perspective here. They thought they had this thing locked down. Draft night was supposed to be the start of a whole new era. They shifted their roster construction around Shedeur. They built marketing campaigns around him. They practically rebranded the franchise in his image. And now, their owner, Jimmy Haslam, is reportedly blindsided. The front office is scrambling. The GM is pushing for an immediate extension. The coaching staff is stuck in a nightmare trying to prepare for a season, while their franchise quarterback is suddenly at the center of a potential tug of war. And then you look at Vegas. The Raiders see this kid not just as a quarterback, but as a phenomenon. Ticket sales, merch, ratings, a young superstar with Hollywood-level marketability. Josh McDaniels reportedly believes Shedeur is the missing piece to make them a playoff contender right now. Forget waiting for development? Forget the usual rookie timeline. The Raiders are willing to burn the old playbook and throw him a deal unlike anything we've ever seen for a player at this stage. And it's the heart of it. This isn't just about football anymore. This is about leverage. This is about player empowerment. Shedeur knows his value. He's grown up around the game, around business, around media. He's watched his father, Coach Prime, turn brand and charisma into power. And now Shedeur is playing the same game, only he's doing it at the NFL level. And he's doing it while carrying himself with incredible poise. The NFL isn't used to rookies having this much leverage this early. Veterans, sure. Superstars, sure. But a rookie quarterback with the power to make 2 franchises panic at once? That's a paradigm shift. And the ripple effects are massive. Other front offices are already paying attention, asking themselves, do we need to change the way we handle rookie deals? Do we need to lock guys down earlier? What happens if someone else tries to pull a Sanders move? That's how seismic this is. But here's the thing, Shedeur isn't just hype. That's why all this matters. If he was just talk, this wouldn't stick. But he's been dazzling in training camp. His arm talent? Elite? His ball placement? Beautiful. His improvisation? Game-changing. And maybe most importantly, he's already showing leadership presence beyond his years. The Browns veterans see it. The Raiders see it. And the rest of the league sees it too. So now we're left with these possibilities. The Browns step up, throw him a massive extension, and end the noise. Or the Raiders keep pressing, keep dangling that $80 million? What? And Shedeur keeps the leverage game alive until Cleveland caves. Or, and this might be the most likely scenario, Shedeur keeps riding this wave, keeps the suspense going, and forces a bidding war unlike anything we've seen before. And I've got to say it, it feels like more than just a football story. This feels like a turning point. We might be witnessing the start of a new era where players, even rookies, hold the power, set the market, and reshape the league's balance of control. Now, for weeks, we've heard the criticism piling up. Fans are furious, analysts are questioning, and the locker room itself is reportedly uneasy. And suddenly, after weeks of stubbornness, Stefanski is out here dropping hints about some so-called minute-by-minute plan for Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel. A detailed plan, he says. But let's be real, is this a genuine shift in strategy? Or is this a man in desperation mode trying to buy himself more time before the axe falls? Because make no mistake, Stefanski knows the walls are closing in. Before the season even kicked off, TJ Houshmandzadeh warned that sticking with Joe Flacco as the starter could come back to haunt this team. And look at what's happening. The offense is flat, out of rhythm, lifeless. Off the field? Chaos. The stability in Cleveland feels like it's hanging by a thread, and every loss is cutting deeper. And here's the kicker. Stefanski isn't even giving Shedeur meaningful reps in practice. He's not running scout team, he's barely even getting a taste of the offense. Those snaps? They're going to Bailey Zappe. Bailey Zappe. So what's the point of drafting Shedeur Sanders if you're going to park him on the sideline like some afterthought? Fans are starting to ask, why is he even here? And honestly, it's a fair question. Ken Carman has been blunt about it. He says Stefanski has wasted a golden opportunity to inject life into this team. The Browns had a chance to throw Shedeur into the mix not even as a savior but as a spark, a burst of energy, something to give the offense a pulse. Instead, they stuck with the same stale system. And that system? It's broken. Carman didn't mince words. The scheme lacks adaptability, creativity, and identity. You could put Shedeur in there, you could put Dillon Gabriel in there, but as long as the system stays this rigid, the offense is going nowhere. And Mary Kay Cabot, she's doubling down too. She reminded everyone that the Browns entered this season with 3 simple goals: dominate on defense, groom their young quarterbacks, and finally put together an offense that clicks. But right now, only one of those boxes is checked. The defense is doing its job, but the offense is a disaster, and the young quarterbacks have been left in limbo. That's not just failure, that's a betrayal of the vision the franchise sold to its fans. She also ripped into the preseason approach. If Joe Flacco was always the plan, then why didn't he get the reps? Why were valuable snaps given to Kenny Pickett, a guy they knew wasn't sticking around? And now we're watching the fallout, missed timing, bad chemistry, and receivers like Jerry Jeudy and Cedric Tillman looking completely out of sync. This offense doesn't just lack rhythm. It looks like they didn't even rehearse. But here's where things get even more dramatic. Whispers are starting to swirl that Shedeur Sanders himself may already be eyeing the exit. Reports say the Cincinnati Bengals are lurking in the background, keeping tabs on the situation. And with Joe Burrow sidelined by a turf toe injury that's going to keep him out for months, Cincinnati needs an answer. Some insiders believe they see Shedeur as that long-term solution. Imagine that, Shedeur leaving Cleveland, stepping into a stable, competitive environment, and turning his back on the chaos he's been dragged into here. For him, that might feel like the smarter move. Asterisk, let's build a totem pole together. Smash like, subscribe, and comment. If this video hits 2,000 likes, that means we're beating the Green Bay Packers. Let's make it happen. And honestly, can you blame him? Look around, the Browns are riding an 8-game skid if you stretch back to last season. 6 straight losses to end the year, 2 more to start this one. It's been ugly. Fans are drained. Analysts like Anthony Lima are already warning that if something doesn't change fast, we could be looking at a full-blown house cleaning before the year's even over. Stefanski gone? Andrew Berry gone. Wipe the slate clean and start over. Now, Stefanski is out here trying to project control, talking about structure, long-term plans, minute-by-minute breakdowns for the rookies. But the truth, it doesn't sound like strategy. It sounds like PR. It sounds like a man trying to rewrite the narrative before the clock runs out. And everyone sees right through it. So here's the bottom line. The Browns are at a breaking point. Shedeur Sanders is the wild card in all of this. If Stefanski truly believes in him, this is the moment to unleash him. But if this is just about saving face, about clinging to his job a little longer, then it may already be too late. The fans know it. The analysts know it. The players know it. And maybe, just maybe, Shedeur Sanders himself knows it too.